Good evening, and welcome to Lego News. Tonight, Britain has a new headline. And honestly, nobody blinked. This morning, Sir Keir Starmer walked out of 10 Downing Street, stood in front of the cameras, and did what 7 British Prime Ministers before him have done in the last decade. He said goodbye. Not in disgrace, not in handcuffs, just quietly, emotionally, with a speech that listed everything he believed he had accomplished, and a party standing behind him that had already decided he was finished. He said, and we quote the spirit of his words,
"Walking up this street 2 years ago was the proudest moment of my life."
And you could hear it, the weight of it. A man who genuinely believed he had come to change things, who had spent 6 years rebuilding a broken party from the ground up, who had won and won big, only to discover that winning an election and winning the people are two very different things. This was not a man who didn't care. This was a man who cared and still lost the room. Let's be honest about what happened here, because the British public deserves that much. In 2024, Keir Starmer led Labour to one of the largest parliamentary majorities in modern British history, 772 seats. A landslide, the kind of victory that should have bought him a decade. It bought him less than 2 years. By January 2026, 3 out of 4 British citizens held an unfavorable opinion of their Prime Minister. 79%, nearly 4 in 5 people, said they were dissatisfied with his performance. Pollsters called him the most unpopular sitting Prime Minister since records began in 1977. Let that land. Not unpopular like, people disagree with his policies. Unpopular like, who is this man and why is he still here? So what went wrong? Everything. And nothing dramatic, and that was precisely the problem. His deputy resigned, his defense secretary resigned, his health secretary resigned, his chief of staff resigned, multiple junior ministers resigned, his ambassador to Washington, a man he personally selected, turned out to have connections that made headlines for all the wrong reasons, and had reportedly failed his own security vetting before the appointment was even confirmed. Each scandal on its own, survivable. Together, they told a story of a government that kept making avoidable mistakes, kept stumbling over its own decisions, and kept asking the British public to trust them, while the British public quietly stopped answering the phone. And the people who did leave Labour, they didn't run to the right. They walked to the Greens, to the Liberal Democrats, the base that Starmer thought he had locked in. The suppressive, hopeful, change-hungry voters of 2024. They didn't feel seen. They felt managed. And managed people don't stay loyal. They just leave quietly. Then came Andy Burnham. A by-election was triggered. A seat was vacated specifically to let him run. He won with nearly 55% of the vote. He walked back into Parliament with momentum, with purpose, and with the quiet confidence of a man who knows the job is already his. And at that moment, Keir Starmer's political future didn't end with a vote. It ended with a look around the room. Here is what Iran BNN wants you to sit with tonight. Britain has had 7 prime ministers in 10 years. 7. In the same decade that Britain told the world it was strong enough to leave the European Union and stand alone, it has cycled through 7 leaders: Cameron, May, Johnson, Truss, Sunak, and now Starmer. Each one arrived with a plan. Each one left with a story about why it wasn't their fault. And the British people, resilient, patient, prime exhausted, have watched all of it. The promises, the press conferences, the Downing Street steps, the goodbyes. And they've kept going, because they always do. Tonight, Britain prepares for its next chapter. A leadership race is coming. New names, new promises, new faces at the same famous black door. And somewhere in Greater Manchester, a man named Andy Burnham is probably already ironing his suit. This is Iran BNN. We read what they buried. We just report